Hi there, students. Welcome back to the fourth and final video for Chapter 9, Section 5, Completing the Square. Let's look at why completing the square is really beneficial for us, other than the fact that it is a way to solve things that won't factor. And let's take a look at this one right here. It is possible for us to find the vertex of a quadratic by completing its square. Something really interesting happens, and I'll try to show you how that works out here for us. All right, so it says y is equal to x squared plus 6x plus 8. All right, so let's take that x squared plus 6x plus 8, and let's complete the square. So we're going to complete the square. All right, so I'm going to do this again quickly. So let's set it equal to 0, and let's figure out that value. So b over 2, 6 over 2 squared, that's going to be 3. 3 squared is 9. All right, so I'm going to, first of all, move the 8 over. So if I subtract 8, I'd have negative 8. And then here, I'll change to red to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to now add 9 to both sides, because that adding 9 will complete the square. And I'm going to factor the left-hand side. It's x plus 3. Remember, the square root of that makes that x plus 3 squared. And that is equal to, looks like that's equal to 1. Okay. Now, here's the trick. Now, normally, to solve it, we would have taken the square root of both sides. Here's the new part, when, and this is only for when you are finding the vertex. If you're asked to put something in vertex form, this is what you do. At this point, it's a little bit different. All right. What you want to do now is set this, it's supposed to be an S, nice S, this equal to 0. Okay, so consider, what would you have to do to set that equal to 0? Well, you would have to subtract 1 from both sides. So I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. But watch what I do on the left-hand side. That's the 0. I'm not going to multiply this out. I'm going to leave this x plus 3 quantity squared minus 1. I'm going to leave this in that form, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to identify the vertex. The vertex is, I'll show you, this might be easier. I'll continue this phrase over here. This value right here, okay? The opposite of this number, this is positive 3. Opposite of this is the x of the vertex, okay, which would be negative 3. Okay. Also, the opposite of this, I'm sorry, not the opposite, not the opposite. Oh, yes, the opposite of this. No, I'm sorry, it's not the opposite. Not the opposite here. Okay, this is the y value of the vertex, which would be negative 1. So the vertex of this is negative 3, the opposite of that one, and the actual value of that negative 1 right there. Okay, so the vertex is negative 3, negative 1. That is called vertex form. Okay, and you have it. And when you complete the square and then set that back equal to 0 without changing that perfect square trinomial factor, you can find the vertex from that number right there. So what that means to us is this trinomial, x squared plus 6x plus 8 equals 0. The vertex is this value, negative 3, negative 1. Now I have something special for you to see. Watch your screen. I'm going to click over to our good friend Desmos. There it is. Here, I already input that equation, x squared plus 6x plus 8, and look what we have right here. We have negative 3, -1 as the vertex. So we've got proof of the pudding right there. So let's see if I can get back to my screen here. There we go. And that acted a little bit funny for me, but hopefully that all worked out for you. That is the vertex value. Let's do one more. If you want to be really brave, you can hit pause and try working through this on your own. But I'm going to just keep on talking. We're finding the vertex again. So let's work this one through. Find the vertex of x squared plus 12x plus 34. So we're going to set that equal to 0. So I'm going to just jump right into it right here. X squared plus 12x. I'm going to cheat a little bit. Oh my goodness, I can't write. I'm going to subtract that 34 from both sides. So I've got negative 34 on this side. And then I'm going to complete the square. So 12 divided by 2 squared gives me 6 squared, which is 36. So I'm going to add 36 to both sides. Okay, so we have x squared plus 12x plus 36. Let's factor that. That works out to be x plus 6 squared. That works out to be 2. So I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. X plus 6 quantity squared minus 2 equals 0. All right, let's see what we have. We have x plus 6 quantity squared minus 2. So that means the vertex, the x value of the vertex would be -6 because you take the opposite of that one, and the y value for the vertex would be the same as that as -2. So therefore my vertex is -6, -2, and we've got it right there. Guess what? I did graph this one for you. There it is, Mr. Desmos, and you can kind of see it. Let me close that up right there. No. Well, that was it. It was there for a moment. You saw it. Believe me, it's right. I'm not going to redo this video. It's -6, -2. If you don't believe me, go check. That's the vertex right there. A lot to get through, but you made it. So bring these notes back to class. See you soon.